Adobe is the one software suite that everyone that I know of in a professional setting sailed the 7 seas for, especially small businesses that still use Windows 7 as their OS. Yes, they still exist. Recently, Adobe came under fire for basically wanting to snoop into a lot of your works. In their updated terms of use, Adobe may access your content through both automated and manual methods, such as for content review and, worst of all, for AI generation, because that's a major part of their focus now. Apparently, this only applies if you have files on Adobe's own cloud saves, and if you save the files locally, you're perfectly fine. But that's just the beginning. What if Adobe gives you a mandatory save on cloud first? What if Adobe sneakily saves your file in the cloud for backup without telling you? There are lots of trust issues within the company, and people are really not having it. There are alternatives, but people don't like it as much, so what else can you do but check out the Piracy megathread and other treasures. Big corporations frequently need to screw us over with anti-consumer garbage, and most consumers are not having it. Some, on the other hand, want to spread their ass cheeks so wide and accept their fate on being totally and utterly screwed. Vim's Lair, a website preserving ROMs of classic video games and even manuals of classic video games, received DMCA notices from a lot of major video game companies like Nintendo, Sega, Lego, and the ESA, which leads into the removal of a lot of ROMs of their games there. It's unfortunate, but thankfully you can find those ROMs elsewhere. Check out our Piracy megathread and their treasures.
I'm a fervent supporter of piracy, but I think people need to learn to not talk about where they get their ROMs so publicly at the moment.
Yes, and ironically, yes, we have people at our Piracy megathread and the people at the other treasures curating the latest and greatest 7 Cs for you, giving you updates on the best sites, and warning you about the bad pirates as they do exist. I don't care about your moral conundrum on piracy. I care about people saving their money and getting access to games without being screwed by the corporation. Go parrot like an NPC all you like, we're still selling the Cs for it. And since we're talking about piracy, let me show you one piece of genuine wisdom. Someone decided to pirate the indie game ULTRAKILL, an early access retro first-person shooter. The developer responded to this with a genuinely amazing piece of video game wisdom that I will read personally. As a creator of said game, you should support indies if you can, but culture shouldn't exist only for those who can afford it. I absolutely love that quote right there. I got my games from all sorts of sources and played on all sorts of platforms, most of them through piracy because I'm a poor Indonesian boy. I wouldn't have experienced all that without sailing the seas. If you pirate the game, you can spread the words and get someone else to buy it, which at worst is an equal trade, but at best an additional sale that wouldn't have happened if people hadn't pirated it. He's right, I still end up buying my games anyway. There are some nice conveniences of buying games too. It's nice to hear a game developer to be this pro-piracy and pro-consumer. God bless. And if you want, go buy and play ULTRAKILL. We got plenty of gaming-related hooplas for this video, but before we get to all those, here's the footage of the day. An ox. Also, huge thanks to all these wonderful sponsors. You are all fantastic. If you want to see your names among these legends, then check out the links down below, just $1, and you have supported this channel a lot. Seriously, thank you so much. And now, let's talk about another successful game developer. Hypercharge Unboxed is a first-person or third-person shooter game where you're playing as action figures. It's kind of like a video game version of Small Soldiers, and it reminds me of Revolt, a classic game where you play RC cars. I recommend it. Just make sure you install the necessary fixes for modern computers. I bring this up because Hypercharge sold over 25,000 copies on Xbox in less than 24 hours, which is amazing for an indie game, and somehow, this PlayStation fanboy is salty.
25k copies sold on Xbox, and this how devs act. Somebody help these fools.
Help them? I don't think they need help. They're doing just fine. You, on the other hand,
get some help.
Also, your game sucks and has been on PC failing.
Wow, considering the number of replies and quote tweets there, you are getting cooked, bro. The community notes had to drop in to correct this statement. Imagine being this wrong.
Ahahaha. Get better at making games. Sorry.
Okay, will do. Oh wait, they already did. Sorry. Don't worry, we have more console peasant stupidity for you all. I find this interaction very funny.
Bro, you got a midwife's level PC.
A midwife's level PC? What's the PC? A Ryzen 7 7700X 8-core 16 threads processor? A Radeon R9 7900 XT with 20 gigs of VRAM? 32 gigs of RAM? How is this PC midwife level? This PC obliterates a PS5.
You all PC fans are lonely pretenders who act like people don't know you all.
There are objectively more PCs and laptops than modern consoles. They all can be used for gaming. We are very far from lonely, and the only pretender here is you.
You all want to be tech, dev, hacker, wolf people that didn't really make the cut, but do you?
Yeah, no one here is pretending to be all those things, but you are right in the sense that most PC users know how to use them, but don't know how to maintain them. I do, and that's why I made the Windows 11 video. You can go check that out on my main channel. Here's another console fanboy being baffled by the behaviors of PC gamers. The PSVR 2 is now compatible with the PC with a specific adapter. Granted, it doesn't have maximum compatibility, but it does work. This guy wants to use it for the most sensible use for VR. Porn!
This goes to show that PC equals brain rot.
Yeah, no. Being on a PC doesn't get you the brain rot, but using a PSVR 2 for porn is. Just use your phone and a cheap plastic VR enclosure. Super cheap and a good entry point for that.
This was a Sony gamer. Now he's trying to find ways to integrate his PSVR 2 into his FAP station.
FAP station, that's a good one.
This is why I'll never convert to PC gaming.
Really? Because some dork watches porn in VR. I'm sure you have a laptop or a PC. You're already a PC gamer.
Spend thousands to FAP to porn. True loser mentality.
True loser mentality? This sounds like your own personal insecurity speaking. He's gonna be enjoying the time of his life while you're crying and seething here. But hey, at least the PSVR isn't a requirement for playing multiplayer. You just need to have 2 controllers or more. Apparently, the memories of playing split-screen multiplayer are long lost gone.
You guys were playing Halo, split-screen multiplayer, ordered pizzas, laughed and chilled all night. You didn't even realize it would be the last time.
What? You can still play the older Halo games through the Master Chief Collection, split-screen multiplayer on the newest Xbox. You can still play all sorts of games through LAN or split-screen on PC. The Switch has amazing split-screen multiplayer games. It's not the last time at all. You're just too lazy to find it.
Those were great years. We didn't realize what they took from us until it was too late.
I'm starting to think that you two don't play video games that much, or have friends to play video games with. I mean, I don't have friends to play video games with either, but at least I know that you can still play video games with your friends. They're just playing them on more convenient platforms. It's easier to set up classic LAN Counter-Strike with laptops. Moving on from multiplayer gaming being apparently impossible, let's talk about the Summer Game Fest. I saw the Summer Game Fest. It was not great in my opinion, but the reactions overall are rather mixed, depending on people's taste in the games. I saw the Xbox Showcase too. That one was definitely better, and has some interesting games in the lineup. This person has an interesting take.
You'll need to make a separate game fest for these anime games no one is going to play.
Wow, those are fighting words. We already have a fest for anime or Japanese games. It's called Tokyo Game Show, which still exists to this day, unlike E3. What are the anime games anyway? Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. That's a Dragon Ball fighting game, like the Budokai Tenkaichi series. Power Rangers? It's technically Japanese. I think I see the problem. Street Fighter 6 announced Terry, Mai, Elena, and M. Bison anime style. But I personally don't see the problem here. Mai and Elena are fantastic additions. Speaking of Terry and Mai, SNK has a new Fatal Fury game. Is that a problem for you too? The month of June is the month of game announcements. Some exciting, some not. It is also the month of Pride. Activision, what are you doing? So Activision is celebrating Pride Month by making this post called Power in Pride, and they say all sorts of nonsense.
Seeing yourself in what you do can make all the difference in how you show up.
Yes, to a narcissist with zero empathy for anyone else other than themselves.
With representation being a key pillar of our inclusive game design (IGD) efforts, we're even more compelled to ensure all forms of different identities and lived experiences are showcased in our games authentically.
Good for you, Activision. You are still a horrible company. They offer these rainbow-colored Pride-themed guns for Modern Warfare 3 Remake. They also have the trans flag bullets that you can shoot and explode to kill people. Jeez, if I'm a gamer who just so happened to be LGBT, I'd be insulted to be given these guns on the worst Call of Duty in decades. None of these corporations are your friends, and if you are part of the rainbow flag, you should know better and play Black Ops 2 with the plutonium mod. And that's all for the video today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more. Don't forget to check out my ABB Show stream channel. Link down below. Go subscribe as always. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.